Hello, State Senator J.D. Mesnard here from District 13 for another legislative update. So I'm going to start with some unfortunate news. The governor did veto a pretty high priority bill for the Senate Republican caucus as well as the House Republican caucus, and that was a ban on food taxes that some cities do impose on their residents. Now, you may recall that a few weeks ago the governor had vetoed our attempt to get rid of the tax on renters that also some cities impose. We think it's extremely unfair, but especially in this difficult economic climate with rising cost of living, etc. So salt in the wound was now, in addition to the rental tax veto, now the food tax veto. So unfortunately for our hardworking taxpayers out there, that was bad news. We're going to continue fighting for you, but just know that these two efforts ran into a block wall when it comes to the current governor. And as an aside, I will mention those who are saying, well, this would mean a loss to cities. Over the next 4 years, cities are projected to bring in over $800 million more on average than the prior 4 years. So we don't think that the cities or the state are hurting for cash right now, but some of our Arizona families are. So this was a big disappointment. On the upside, one of my bills that I've been working on got broad bipartisan support and was signed by the governor last week. And that bill had to do with helping our charitable organizations. Currently, every year, charities have to essentially submit paperwork to the government to get their tax exemption for their property taxes, or in some cases, if they use it, a sales tax exemption. This is despite the fact that they are 501c3 organizations, deemed by the IRS as nonprofits, and thus should be getting this automatically, but they have to do this paperwork every single year. So we actually passed a bill that would say one and done. If you file with the state, then you no longer have to do this year after year. That'll cut down on some paperwork. A lot of these charities, they're small organizations just trying to help out their community, and this type of thing is a burden on them, and it's a burden on the government staff who have to process this. Essentially, it's paper pushing every single year. Now, we put appropriate penalties in there if an organization loses its tax exempt status but continues to get this tax exemption benefit. That is illegal. It's not okay, and so we have a response for those situations. But by and large, we know that this is going to help charities across the state. That's all for this week's update. Hope you have a good one. God bless.